run the applet with the help of Java enabled web browser. So to get this output, all right, so using applet, what is that I have to write? So I'm creating two variables of type text field. So that is text1 and text2. I'm trying to initialize that variables with a 0, that is x, y, and z. Hello everyone, I welcome all of you to the last session on applet programming. Yes, I believe that all of you would have seen my previous sessions, whatever I have done on the applet programming. If not, I strongly recommend to please go back and check the session 321 on applet programming. Guys, let's check what is that I have in today's session. So I will be discussing running the applet, and also I will be discussing displaying a numerical values using applet. So this is the agenda for the day. So guys, you'll be learning a lot in this session is what I would like to promise at this time. Guys, stay tuned and watch the video till the end. So what is the next topic that I have here? The first topic, in fact. Whenever I'm running the applet, so please remember, I will be running the applet with the help of two important things. So how do I do that? So guys, the first one that I have is applet viewer. So that is the first important thing that I need to remember. Along with that, I will also be able to run the applet with the help of Java enabled web browser. So these two things will help me to run my applet is what you need to make a note at this point of time. So please observe Java enabled web browser and also Java applet viewer. So this will help me to execute my applet is what you need to understand. So fine. Let's get into the program that I have. So what exactly this program is doing? Displaying a numerical value in the applet, right? So guys, this is how my output will be. So to get this output, all right, so using applet, what is that I have to write? So please remember the first two important statements in this program that I have to give is two import statements, which imports both AWT as well as applet. So guys, import java.awt, you all know that abstract window toolkit is what I will call it as a AWT, right? So I will be importing everything. That's why I have given star here. Please observe dot star in the sense all the methods, all the functions, whatever I have in the AWT, I will be importing everything. So in the same way, I will be importing the applet also. So that's what you need to observe in the first two lines. Then followed by, I have the keyword that is public. Public is the access specifier which I'm using for this class. And I'm using the keyword called class to create the class here, and followed by the keyword class, I have got the name of the class. When I'm giving the name of the class, it is up to your choice, whatever you want to give, so you can give, but make sure that you follow the identifier rules. Then after that, I have got a keyword that is extends. So what is the meaning of extends? Where do I use the concept of extends? Could you please go back and recollect when I was doing the concept of inheritance, I have used and I have introduced this word to all of you. So what is that extends? Extends in the sense, so please observe. So guys, I have the base class. I have the base class as an applet, and this is my subclass. The properties of the base class, I'm trying to inherit to the subclass. So that's what you need to observe here. So which is the base class now? Applet is the base class which is already predefined. So that's what you need to remember. So fine. After this, I have the main important method. So that is going to be the paint method. So please observe. I think I have discussed enough about this in the previous session also. So what is the method that I have here? I have the method called paint. So please observe access specifier public and the return type is void and the name of the method is paint. So inside this I have graphics and the object for the graphics G is what I have here. So please observe, I have taken two integer values. What is that I have taken? Two integer value. So please observe int in the sense data type, value 1 in the sense name of the variable, and I'm assigning the value 10 to the variable value 1. That's what you need to remember. So in the next line, the same thing I have done, but the name of the variable is changed. Instead of value 1, I have taken value 2 and I'm assigning the value 20 to the value 2. So that's what you need to remember in these two lines. Then after that, I'm just performing the addition, value 1 plus value 2. So which I'm going to store in the variable sum. So even sum is a variable of type int is what they are trying to explain in that line, right? Then after that, what is the next line that I have? Whatever the value that I have in the sum, I'm trying to convert that into a type of string in the next line is what you need to observe here. So guys, please observe, I'm using the function called value of. So value of, whatever you pass as a parameter, so that will convert my value, whatever the integer value that I'm passing here will get converted into string is what you need to observe here. Then after that, I'm storing this entire thing in the variable yes. Yes is a variable of type string, which I'm passing again as a parameter to the g.drawString. G.drawString. G is a object which I have created for the graphics method. So please observe. So for this function, I have to pass 3 parameters. So what are the 3 parameters that I'm passing? The first parameter that I'm passing is the string, whatever I wanted to print. Then after that, I have 100, 100. So what is that 100, 100? I'm passing the coordinates where exactly the result should appear on my applet. So that x and y coordinates is what I'm trying to pass here. So that's what you need to observe in this program. So this will be a very simple program on applet is what I would like to tell you at this point of time. So guys, I have one more similar program on this same concept. So let me show you on that. So here, what we are trying to do is we are giving the values by default, but let me try how exactly the user, okay, can give the values and they can perform the addition. So please observe here, this is going to be my output screen. Okay, so to get this, how do I write the program? So please observe here, the value 1 and value 2 is being entered by the user and the total sum is being displayed here. So how do I do it? So for this, let me show you a program, simple program on applet. I think I don't have to speak much about this. So we have already discussed about this. The same thing here also, I have the applet class. Okay, so I have the user and okay is the class name which is extending like applet. So applet is a base class and this is a subclass. The properties of applet class is getting inherited to this subclass is what you need to remember. So fine. Now listen to me carefully. Now guys, I'm trying to create the text fields variable text1 and text2. Observe what exactly text field text1 and text2. So I am creating 2 variables of type text field. So that is text1 and text2, right? So then I will have the function. I will tell you why exactly I have this 2. Okay, remember, so don't get deviated. So now I have the function called init. So I have told you in my previous session, if I use a method called init, so it is nothing but initialization. So guys, what is that I'm trying to initialize here? Listen to me carefully. So guys, I have 2 text fields. Okay, I have 2 text fields. Text fields in the sense what? So this is what I will call it as a text fields. So this is what I will call it as a text fields. To get this text fields, guys, I'm writing this code. So please observe here. All right. So I'm creating the objects for this class, that is text field, text1 and text2. How do I get this text field? So please observe the code that here I'm creating text field, text1 is equal to new text field, and I'm just specifying the size here. So that's what I'm trying to do here, text1 and text2. That I'm just trying to add that text1 and text2 here for the method init. All right. So that's what you need to remember. So fine, I did that and I'm initializing the values for that is 0. So initially, before I enter any values to the text boxes, let me call that as a text box instead of text field, I will be initializing the value, okay, that is 0 in the beginning for that text box is what you need to remember at this point of time. Then after that, so I'm done with the init method. Moving forward to the next very important method that you need to remember, that is going to be the paint method. So what exactly that I'm trying to do in the paint method? So please observe, I'm trying to create 3 variables of type int. All right, so I'm trying to initialize that variables with the 0, that is x, y, and z. So please observe here. So that variable is going to be of type int is what you need to observe. And moving forward, I'm trying to create 3 more variables of type string. So please observe that. So the variables of string is going to be s1, s2, and yes. That's what you need to notice it here. Then after that, I am using a function g dot draw strings. Please observe, I'm going to print this, okay, and I'm specifying the coordinates where exactly I should have this. So that's what you need to observe here. Input a number in each box. So please observe, input a number in each box. So guys, input a number in each box. This is what I'm printing with the help of this line is what you need to remember. So that's what you need to remember. And moving forward, so inside the try block, so please observe whatever I have in the text box 1, I'm trying to read that value with a function called getText. So what exactly it means, sir? So please observe, I have the values here, right? So 1, 2, 3 and 2 and 4. So these two values I need to fetch. How do I fetch? So please observe with the help of the function called getText. So text text 1 in the sense, please observe this text box. Whatever the value that I have here, I want to read this. How do I read? So with the help of the function that is getText. So that's what you need to remember. I'm storing that in the variable yes1. So fine. By default, whatever the value that I'm reading, so it will be in the form of strings is what you need to remember, right? I need to change that into integer. So that's what the task that I have now. Then how do I change the string type to integer? So for that, I have parseInt method. Guys, parse in the sense changing the method from one type to another type is what you need to remember. So guys, integer dot parseInt. So I'm passing the value to this function. So this will convert and it will keep it in the variable that is x. Right now, whatever the value that I had in the form of string, so that is getting converted into integer and I'm trying to store that in the x is what you need to observe here. Then followed by, I will do the same thing for the text box 2 also, and then I will have the second value in the variable y. Fine, I did that. Then after that, next I have the catch block. So I don't have anything inside the catch block to handle the exception. So I will be writing the code that is z is equal to x plus y. Whatever the value that I have here in the x and y, I'm going to perform the addition here. And then after that, so please observe whatever the value that I have in the z, again, I'm using the value of function to convert it back to the string. So please remember, right? I am going to convert the integer value, whatever I have in the z, I will convert that into string with the help of value of function, and then I'm storing that back in the variable yes. Sir, what is yes here? So please remember, yes is a variable of type string. So fine. Then after that, please observe, I'm just passing one of the parameter, that is the sum is, okay? I'm not specifying the coordinates here. Then followed by, please observe, I'm passing the yes, okay? Then followed by, I'm passing the coordinates 100, 75. So this is one of the program which will help me to get the output like this is what you should never forget, all right? So hope you got the basics of an applet program. So guys, by this, I have come to an end of this chapter, whatever you had in your syllabus. So by saying this, thank you, bye-bye, take care.